everyone. This is
P.O.C.
People of Creativity, and today we have singer-songwriter Marilyn Pham. Marilyn, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Thank you guys so much for having me. My name is Marilyn. I'm a singer-songwriter. I write music. I make music. It's on Spotify, Apple Music if you want to check it out. And I'm 17 from Richmond.
That's amazing. Awesome. I love your music, by the way.
Yep.
So just as an artist, what are some of your inspirations? Who are some artists or songs that inspire you? And what sparks your creative process as an artist?
My creative process, I would say I don't like to talk about my feelings type of person. I really bottle up a lot of my emotions, and the only way I can comfortably let them out is through my music. I've been writing music since I was little, and that's just how it's always been my outlet. So whenever things happen to me or I'm just in the mood, I usually pull up some random beats or take out my guitar and just freestyle kind of. So I'll set up my phone. I have so many videos on my phone of me just singing random things that may not even sound good, and I'll go back and I'll be I'll see if I like it or not. A lot of artists that inspire me usually have a lot of soul and a lot of music you can feel. I love music you can feel that have just such an energy to it. I love Bishop Briggs. I don't know if you know who she is. She sings the song River. She's really good. I just love people that can not only sing and create beautiful music but perform it so beautifully. So that's where I get a lot of my inspiration from. I just want to be able to send a message and for people to just be able to resonate and feel.
Yeah, that's really, really inspiring, how you just kind of release your emotions and your feelings through music. I know that's a lot of creatives do that, and it's kind of really nice to hear that someone else like you who makes really good music does that too. I wanted to ask, as a person of color, do you feel there's a lack of diversity, especially within the music industry? And has there been barriers that you've had to overcome to try and push through?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. When you're a person of color, obviously especially from where I'm from, I've always kind of stood out. I've never really had, especially Asian Americans, kids like me, I've never really seen that in my environment. But honestly, I would say that the music industry, or I'm not really in the music industry that much yet, but for people I've surrounded myself with, it's brought diversity in my life. It's people from all different backgrounds, different stories from everywhere that come together and just make music all together. So I think that's what I like about music, is that the diversity, it can be whatever you want it to be. You can tell any story you want. And of course, I've had to come across barriers, not as much for my race, but more for my gender. I feel when you're trying to do music, as a woman, especially Asian American woman, it can be a little hard. When I was it's not necessarily hard, but when I was filming my new music video coming up, the people who did it, I realized there are not that many girls, and it's not their fault. It's not it's just that the people who do music, girls, it's a lot harder for them. And I don't know, I just think but music itself is very diverse. I think that's what I like about it.
Yeah, and how do you think because you were just mentioning that it can be a little difficult for women in the industry as well. And I think in any job, a lot of times women are overlooked. How do you go about standing your ground as a young woman? I know it can be intimidating at this age, but how do you make it work? I know you're super confident.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I've just always been the type, my whole life, I've always just stood my ground. I know who I am my whole life. I've always wanted to do music. And I think a lot of doubts with that, like especially like on women, doubts them, especially when you have me, and everyone is going to tell you, you can try, like you can do it for fun, but like what are you going to do in college? You want to do music? Oh, like, you know, like people will always try and hate on you and like just try and tell you like that you're not going to be able to do it, but you can't make it and you can't do what you want to do without trying and giving it your all. And I think a lot of people look down on women who want to be able to do that and just tell them they can't do it. And for me, I just know what I want to do. I can't let people get to me. I just do what I want. And it's been, I mean, it makes me so happy. I may not be living very lavishly or have like expensive things, but I'm so happy being able to do what I want to do. And so I guess I just have to look past what a lot of people have tried to say to me about what I want to do for my career.
I have so much respect for that. That's such a wise mindset to have so early in the industry. That's a great way to start your career off. That's amazing.
Thank you.
It really is, and it's really easy for you know, to like give in to those doubts as well. So I really do admire how you're rising above that. Speaking of which, you're a high school student. It's crazy that you're able to accomplish so much in high school. You're in the studio working hard. How do you balance your school life with your career?
It is super stressful. My life is super stressful, I'll be honest, but it's a fun stress. It's like, I'm just trying to do what I want to do. I'm trying to make moves right now because you have to start now if you want it. And so I actually work 4 days a week. I've been working 4 days a week at a restaurant for 2 years now. And that's how I make all my money. So all my songs that are produced are through my tips and through my hourly pay, every single cent of it. The music video I paid for myself, the recording, to buy licenses for beats. It's a lot. It's a lot of money and a lot of my time that goes behind a lot of my projects that people don't see, and that's completely fine. And so making music is mostly just like in my free time. I rarely sit down and like purposefully make music. It just has to come to me. I can't make good stuff if just like I just can't do it if it's not naturally. And having school and everything for projects, I've skipped classes. I've done all of that, but like I just try in my free time to just get as much done as I can, do the best I can with the time I have. So I guess just trying to balance out my weeks. Like I take my life like weeks at a time, like plan it out, figuring out what I have to do to get things done. It's stressful, but it works.
You sound like a hardworking celebrity. I feel like I'm listening to like somebody who's been in the industry for years. You're talking about, oh, I have my whole week scheduled out. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
And with you already having things set up, you know what you want to do and you know what you want to achieve, where do you see yourself a few years from now? What's like your overarching goal as an artist?
That's a stressful question. I think about that every day. Honestly, I haven't really decided yet. I just know I want to make music. If I do decide to go to college, it'll be for music. If I decide to, I'm thinking about either taking a gap year or just not going at all. I think a gap year would be good to like focus on music and just take time for myself, and then I can study it in college. But I just know in the future, I want to be involved with music somewhere in my career. I think it'd be cool to be like a producer and learn how to do some like audio engineering and maybe like produce actual like beats and like songs. I think that would be cool because right now I'm just like recording. So just something like that would be really fun. But overall, I just really want to perform. I want to make music. I just want to make people happy with my music and be able to perform it and just do what I love.
Well, thank you so much, Marilyn, for talking to us. It was really inspiring. I could really see your drive, like as an artist, and just to hear your experience and your passion for music. I am rooting for you. I know you'll go far.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys for having me.
Of course. And guys, please be sure to listen to Marilyn's new song, Rooftops. We have it right here.
Thank you all for watching POC. See you next week.